1. Welcome to That's a Thing episode 0.7. My name is Kevin, also known as Raylith, and with me today is...
Courtney.
What's your Twitter?
Oh, it's RoboCoco.
Yeah, so Courtney, also known as Coco, also known as Twitter. What's up with you today?
Nothing. I was tired. I was gonna take a nap, but then I remembered your podcast.
Yeah, I had to get people to show up and talk about all the latest nerd news. Like,
How does my mic sound? Does it sound bad? I'm using like a snowball.
oh, it's fine. That's just what I use. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Yo, so tell the people what you've been into or what you're into. Enlighten them.
Minecraft.
Oh, are you? What about the bees? Have you seen the
It's
bees?
not out yet. Yeah, I heard about it.
The bees aren't out yet?
No, it's coming out soon.
I didn't know. I don't know what Minecraft is. Tell me about Minecraft.
I'm deep in the Minecraft lore and mechanics of 1.14.
I see. Is that where the Enderman are the baby zombies still in Minecraft?
I haven't seen one, but I know they're around.
What about the
Where do you think baby zombies come from? Do you think the two zombies like mate and they make a baby zombo, or like they just, or like do they have to kill a child to make a baby zombie?
what I think the baby zombie is representative of is when a Minecraft child their Minecraft like character is abandoned because they went to go play Fortnite, the next level of child game. So then like that discarded Minecraft character gradually
Minecraft isn't a child game because like you could like make a Skype phone call in Minecraft. That's what Skype is run off is Minecraft Redstone.
no. You see, it was the former. It was the child game. Minecraft was the Fortnite before Fortnite. That's why all the Zoomers are talking about Minecraft. That's how it goes.
You can build a house in Fortnite.
There's Fortnite creative, but unfortunately, there's no Fortnite roleplay. At least that I know of.
Yeah, because I bet if I go to YouTube, I can find some Fortnite roleplay.
I don't.
You know, like how there's Fortnite, like not Fortnite, but like Minecraft roleplay.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Xbox roleplay.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even terrible. But
I love it. That's why I go to sleep too, is watching that.
that's the.
Yeah, there is Fortnite roleplay.
Oh, there is. Is it in the creative mode or is it in like the save the world mode? Or are they trying to like do their machinima roleplay while they're doing like battle royale?
I think it's like both, but it seems like most of this is in creative mode.
That
Watch some of this. This is my new cringe.
yes, that's no. See, I can't take it. Like it makes me feel so old. Like, cause it's just like I okay, I get it, and I think it's better that the kids are doing their horrible cringe like Kingdom Hearts parking lot in Fortnite instead of doing it in like Roblox because that's the worst. Roblox is to me like the bottom. It's the lowest of the low free like child thing. Like I put Neopets.
It's probably Neopets, yeah.
I put Neopets above Roblox.
No. It's what do you call it? Gaia Online.
Is that still a thing? This is
I think Gaia Online's economy is fucked up now.
I don't
On it and like it's real messed up.
I never
Oh my crap! I said the F word.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't no, like it's just you try not to, but I just don't because I don't want some YouTube trying to like shadow ban me and then take away my monetization.
You know, YouTube is already doing that. Like, have you seen like how YouTube has a pedophile ring that they've been letting go on, and like YouTube doesn't do anything about the pedophile rings on YouTube.
Yeah, because they need to get those views of like 3-year-old child Olympic like gymnastics or whatever, and it's
No, there's a new one. It's like called Rock'em. It's some type of like a South American modeling company where it's like all these child models, and like, I forgot the name, but it's like all in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but like it's all these like child models, and like it's just pretty much like weird child porn, and they let this on, and like on Twitter they're like, hey YouTube, stop supporting child pornographers on YouTube. And I don't get it, like why do people want to see child porn so bad, but like they allow it to be on YouTube? Like what's wrong with YouTube that they want child porn so bad?
because it gets a lot of clicks, and as long as it looks like innocent from, it's like those, I'm assuming it's like those weird DeviantArt pages where they're technically safe for work, but you know it's porn.
But like DeviantArt is just full of foot for.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather see foot for fart porn than like child porn. Like.
Well, that's because you're a red-blooded American with standards and dignity. When you want to be aroused, you want to go see the Fievel Goes West slowly turning into bologna while tied up, like a good Christian person. That's what they teach you.
Well, I know some people say that Fievel is underage, so that would still be child porn. So that's correct.
Okay, so then it's like his dad. It's Fievel Goes West dad. It's Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life slowly turning into bologna because Rocco's legal, I think. I would assume so. He has a job and a house.
You can eat kangaroo.
Yeah, he's a wallaby.
What's a wallaby?
It's like a tiny kangaroo.
Okay, so it's still edible.
Yeah, like you can.
Anything's edible if you're into war.
Yeah, you can vore it up. Like that's what we're gonna be talking about today is Sans Undertale. What do you think about Sans Undertale in Smash?
I took a nap and I checked my Twitter to see like what was going on with Nintendo Direct because I never watch it because I'm not a nerd. But like, I wanted to see what the Twitter people were saying, and like it was like Sans Undertale in Smash, and I was like, am I still dreaming? But am I awake? And no, Sans Undertale is really in Minecraft.
Yeah, Sans Undertale is really in Minecraft.
But no, Sans Undertale is in Smash.
Yeah, like I don't care.
Oh wait, there's the Deadly Premonitions too. That's the big.
That's the important one. Exactly. Francis York Morgan is back, and it's a time travel where we're going to be as Francis Zach Morgan, and he's going to be talking about Francis York Morgan.
Wait, what happened to that old sweary 64? Like he made another one. He made another video game, but it was like in parts, but it never got finished.
Oh, that was I think it was D3. It was like Dream. It was Dark Dreams, whatever.
It was D4.
Yeah, D4.
That was so good. Like how come no one finished that? They should have finished it. That was actually really good.
I think it's because it was like a Microsoft co-production thing, and Microsoft said no. But then Nintendo was like, yo, give us that Deadly Premonition too, Swery. And Swery was like, okay. And then, because he had to take a break making his cat game, his like cat detective game. And now he's making...
Swery is like an American otaku, like the reverse of an otaku.
Oh, 100%. 100%. There was like footage of him like going in like the Pacific Northwest to like study like on location for Deadly Premonition. He is totally like that guy. Like he is a weeaboo, but for like Twin Peaks and like roadside diners. And he's like my American Sona is Carl or like Stuart. He's like, I'm Stuart.
Carl is more American.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Carl, and my OC Carl, he works at a gas station next to a diner.
I think like the character Forrester, like the fat guy,
Yeah.
that, like always eats all the big food in all his games because he has like an evil character that's named Forrest, and like he's the villain in each game.
That's his OC. That's like his like how
American OC.
yeah, how people have like they're like edgy OC. That's his edgy OC. It's like he's really evil, and he's from America, and he drives a pickup truck and has a Dalmatian.
And he's fat.
Yeah, of course. You gotta cover all the bases because with all OCs, there's always that uncomfortable edge of weird sexuality. A good OC does not have that tinge on it.
Yeah, how come a lot of OCs are all sexual?
Because it's like an idealized person or idealized image. Like a lot of the OCs are like, this is me in Naruto. What?
That reminds me of Second Life, cause like Second Life, it's all about sex. No one wants to be like a fat skeleton in a Hawaiian shirt.
Well,
Everyone wants to be like a sexy big titty anime woman.
yeah. Or it's. So I went on Second Life a while back because it's free to. I'm like, this is like years ago. I'm like, what is this? And what I discovered is it's like a bunch of just like, well, no, it's a bunch. It's like you're going into this shop where people are trying to like sell their 3D models for you. They're like, here's cool clothing, but really it's like, here's weird sex thing you can put on your character, and then go to the sex store, and it's like that's every single one. It's all that.
Like I've seen like people have these cool role plays where it's like deep immersive role plays, but I mean like you're like just typing into a computer and you have like this cool background to it. Like and there's some role plays on the Second Life where like you can cast magic powers and like have game rules into like into that part of the Second Life world, but like you have to like submit a form onto it and like have yourself approved to go onto this game island. Man, this is way too much work. How come I just can't go on this game island and like be Harry Potter? I have to submit a form and like IDs and stuff.
Well, yeah, because they don't want you messing it up. They don't want you going on there and being like, yo, here's for YouTube cringe compilation number 7, the Second Life Harry Potter role play with this dude's Second Life avatar that he spent like $200 on or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's why they do it.
Or like that Gmod. I want to get into that only to get into to mess up with the second the role play.
Well, I think there's like I was on the World of Warcraft roleplay server, and that was really fun because you just got to be a goofball and just be shenanigans. But there's also like Grand Theft Auto 5 roleplay servers.
Oh yeah, I love watching those on YouTube.
Yeah, where they have to like obey the speed limit and then get arrested and do community service and stuff. I think.
Love how serious they are on like on what is that game? GTA 5 roleplay. They're so serious.
Well, of course, because that's the fun.
They're in big trouble if they don't follow the rules.
Well, yeah, because that's like the whole point is it's like any. Have you ever done role play on the internet? This is what the discussion's going to be.
I only watch people do it because I don't understand how people do it.
So role play on the internet is you're doing a game, but instead of being like you're trying to make your roleplay character. This is how I see it: is you make your roleplay character the most interesting and or coolest. They don't have to actually be cool, but everyone's like, yeah, that's the best character. So everything you do, you're trying to be unique, but also like you want people to go like, oh man, you're the coolest because your character's always the best. And like, yeah, even if they're terrible and a garbage monster, but then everyone's like, nah, that's great because everyone else is trying to be all like proper, and you're like, I'm just gonna go live in the dumpster and eat McDonald's, and everyone's like, wow, that guy, he's cool because he's all in for your gimmick.
Well, how come like no one just role play something normal? Like, can I be like the shopkeeper who lives at the end of the game?
Yeah, if you want, you have to make your shopkeeper. It's about how compelling or how well you do it. Like if you wanted to run like I'm in GTA and I'm a taxi cab and I just drive people around, but I do so with like so much conviction that people are like, yo, that guy's great. Like in World of Warcraft, there's this one dude who would go to like the Orc City and he would just fish, and that's all he would do every day. And they would talk to him and he'd go, nope, he would just fish, and he's just fishing guy, and everyone loved him because he was so in deep with that character, and he would just fish for like 4 hours a day, and he wouldn't fight, or he'd be like, "Yep, just talk about fishing." And that's what being the role, because you want to do like that in depth and get in there, and it's fun. Because that's the only way.
Why do people like it? Like why did it, like what's the end goal of role playing?
It's to get the social interaction because you're a nerd, but you can't get it from like real life, so you have to somehow like get it in there. Like you have to be like charismatic, but since you as a human being that's doing the role play,
charismatic.
Exactly. That's why you have to make it up, because like it.
Always cringe.
Well, yeah. Well, of course, it's going to be. You have to accept at some level it will be cringe, but you must also accept that like in real life no one's gonna talk to you anyway. So like no one's gonna be like, "Yo, I went to the grocery store today." See, I had to make this own stupid podcast, so now other nerds on the internet will listen to me talk about going to the grocery store, and then.
So how many nerds are listening to your podcast?
I think it's like 12, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
all your real life friends.
No, that would that would make it like 10. I think like I don't think they listen to their own stuff. At least I don't. I don't listen to my own things. I throw it up there and then it's gone. Cuz I can't stand it. It has to go directly to the trash. I mean, that's just how you do it. Oh.
You don't think you get more listeners? Like, how you think you're gonna get some more?
I don't know. I do this. This is like my own make believe like radio show, like where like when kids would do. Did you ever do that? Like get like a tape recorder. You never got like a tape recorder and be like, "Hey, it's time for my own radio show," and you made like a radio show. Oh,
I thought people shouldn't talk.
See, because
Evolve.
I did that. I did that as a child. I think my sister did that as a child. And then.
Is that part of your like role play? Like maybe you're just lonely and you like recorded yourself to just hear yourself talk because you're a lonely child?
No, I think it's more that like I record myself. I am a deeply isolated. I'm a deeply isolated man in my 30s, and this is my like reaching to try to like connect with other people. So that's just what I do. Oh, hold on, I got to do something, cause Drew, current podcast host / contributor, sent in a pre-recorded section that I'm gonna splice in now.
Boy howdy, do I hope that my microphone can pick up whistling, otherwise that's going to sound real bad. Welcome to That's the Thing podcast. I don't know what number we're on. I think 0.37. We'll do a proper introduction at the end, maybe. I don't know where Kevin's going to put this thing. It's just me for now, and what I'm tentatively calling Drewlude. I kind of don't like the name of that, but that kind of makes me like it all the more. Right now I'm walking to class, so you may also get some ambient campus noise, aka a lot of traffic, and also maybe get some heavy breathing on my part because I am out of shape. But Kevin told me he wants me to talk about Terry Bogard and of course Deadly Premonition 2, which I think is the craziest thing in the world to happen. Terry being in Smash, less so. Terry's already in Fighting EX Layer. Geese's already in Tekken. So SNK likes to get its character around. Oh, and Haohmaru is in Soul Calibur 6, or soon to be. SNK knows people like its characters, so they put them in things people play. Apparently, Nintendo also understands people like Deadly Premonition. Not only can you play the original one now on the Switch, they're making a second one. I kind of wish it focused on Zack instead of York again. But I do like that it's a time-spanning tale. What, they said it's like 19 years difference in the two stories that are going on? So, man, we're making Deadly Premonition 2. That's nuts. That's nuts. The bigger thing for me, though, is like, is Terry Bogard gonna be broken in Smash? I mean, I'm sure Smash players are gonna complain about him anyway, because that's what they do. But, like, the best tweet to come out of this is Speed Kits offering his condolences as a professional Tekken player that an SNK character is coming to Smash. Because Geese Howard came out in Tekken 7, it was very good. And after a patch, got nerfed, and is still very good, and it's about to get nerfed again. It turns out SNK mechanics are real good. So like Akuma, when he first dropped in Tekken 7, has a super bar, which is 2 meters. He can use it for EX moves, or blow the whole thing for a super, or he can use it for FADC cancels. It gives you a lot of flexibility in what you're doing, and means Akuma was able to put out a ridiculous amount of damage. But after a patch, they kind of got him in line, but they apparently were not ready for KOF 14. So Geese Howard has his own super meter, but it's 3 bars, not 2. He can spin that bar to activate EX mode, where he gets EX moves. He can cancel normal strings into max mode, which is his EX mode. So he effectively has a DHC cancel. Sorry, not DHC cancel. I'm a Marvel player. You'll have to forgive me. But FADC. He also can, spin 2 bars for a super? It might just be 1 if you're already in max mode. And he also has 2 supers that are like bar dependent and not like rage dependent, unlike Akuma. So you got your choice of Final Reppuken or Power, no, not, I almost said Power Guys. I think about Terry Bogard too much. Raging Storm. And like, that's not even the stuff that makes Geese like terribly strong. That's just like combo video stuff. Oh, and also I guess his house has like combos where you get 3 wall breaks in a row and deal like 90% damage. And Geese is very good at taking advantage of those walls. That's not really his fault. So, ambient campus noise, leaf blower. I don't know whether to pause this. Can I pause it? I'm gonna try to pause it till I'm out. I don't know if this will work. I also gotta unlock my phone. Oh man, you ever walk by a leaf blower and afterwards your mouth feels a little gritty? Like maybe you got some dust and dirt particles in your mouth? That kind of just happened to me. Hey, great. Gonna drink some water as soon as I can after this is done. But yeah, so Geese Howard is very good in Tekken 7. So we'll see. They didn't give Ryu a super bar in Smash, so I doubt Terry has one. But it's just like, I don't know. Ryu's, people say he's good in Smash, but like, I don't know. He's weird. I hope they didn't do the like jab, strong, fierce thing for Terry, where like, depending on how long you hit the attack button changes how strong his normal A buttons are. I don't know. Because KOF, I don't know about Fatal Fury, but I know KOF for sure is just a 4-button game. I'm gonna guess Fatal Fury was too. So there's less need for it. But I don't know. Gotta be able to crack shoot, rise and tackle. Burn knuckle. Man, and then, oh, I can't wait to see what Sakurai does with a Busted Wolf final smash. That's gonna be good. It's gonna look real good. Oh. I told Kevin that I'd try to make this go for 15 to 20 minutes, and I think it's been like 6. It's kind of rough to do. Let's talk more about Deadly Premonition. How it's just a ripoff of Twin Peaks, but I think it's actually more entertaining than Twin Peaks. I don't know if that's just from, I don't know. I feel like Twin Peaks, you either need a dedicated group who could talk about it over the water cooler, or you need a case where you just binge watch it all at once. And that is not either of the ways I ingested that media. Oh, but it also did give rise to the deepest cut target combo for me. Shout outs to Kevin, who's not gonna listen to this part. But the target combo where the bird is saying Leo's a cookie, and then panel 2 is just Leo with a gun about to shoot the bird, saying, I'm not a cookie. 2, I don't want to call, I think I can call Twin Peaks great taste, even though I'm not ingesting it per se. Dexter's Lab is great taste. So, there you go. How long has this been going? Okay, well, I got 5 more minutes. And maybe 6. I don't know, I'm out of stuff, unless I just talk about my week. A lot of my classes just talk about the differences between data, information, and knowledge, which are basically data is raw and unprocessed. Knowledge, sorry, skipped one. Information is whenever you start to organize that data into something useful. And then knowledge is when you make meaningful interactions with that information. And I don't know, I feel like I've done a whole lot of reading just for those 3 definitions. I don't know. There's also been a lot of introductory assignments that are, man, let me tell you, assignments where it's just write about yourself. I get that it's a way for teachers to fluff your grade, but I hate doing that. I would much rather have to do some kind of research and write a paper. Just because then I'm not having to use first person pronouns in a report. That just feels wrong. Hit an I, me, or my. Ugh. Gross. I'm going into the library, so I'm gonna pause. I don't close it that pause.
Wow, that was something. Thanks, Drew.
Yeah, it was real good.
It was better than this. I know. He did. He was better. It was better than this. Now we're back to the trash. No. He talked about Deadly Premonition.
Yeah, Deadly Premonition. What do you think's gonna happen in Deadly Premonition 2?
Well, so the red seeds, I'm assuming, are dealt with, but the red dimension or whatever, where Forest Cason comes from, is not. Well, it's a prequel and a sequel. Because, in the trailer, the old man they're talking to, that's Zach. That's old Zach. Because at the end of Deadly Premonition, director's cut,
He becomes Zach.
well, he becomes Zach, but you realize that all of Deadly Premonition is Zach telling the story of Deadly Premonition to his granddaughter, and then at the end he's like, "What's that, York? We're not done yet."
And he died and went to heaven.
No,
I think
York went.
die and go to heaven with everyone else.
Well, York went to like the White Room or whatever with all the other people. But I think York's coming back because like it's not over yet. So now old Zach.
Like as a zombie.
Well, no, he's because York is Zach's like personality, but also spirit.
Mobius loop where
Yeah.
he goes back into time.
I think so. I think like past. I think it's going to be one of those things where like, and it may even coincide with like the other sweary stuff because I know like in the D4 like time travel and like perception.
A lot of characters and stuff, like reuses characters.
So I think like Deadly Premonition 2 may also be the end of D4 because it takes place.
I want to know what happens to D4. That was a good game.
Well, like Deadly Premonition 2 is taking place both in New Orleans and Boston, and D4 took place in Boston. So I think that's going to also tie into it. Like I think that character is going to show up, or they're going to deal with it.
That's how like an American weeb you are. You pick Boston, and like nothing's wrong with Boston, but I feel like Boston's like peak America, right next to Ohio.
Well, like it's because it's you still get the New York big city, but you get like the hipster like I'm not in New York or Los Angeles. I'm in Boston at the harbor.
That's why I say it's like super American.
Yeah.
And it has that weird accent.
Yeah, that's I think that's why because you're gonna get the Louisiana. Oh man, they're just gonna put some terrible Cajun accents in there. It's gonna be great. You're not gonna understand what they're saying at all. Those big Cajun guys. It's great. They better be the mini game.
Well, like the dog was like controlling the human.
Or I think it's just the spirit of Kaysen. His devil form was controlling the dog. Like his human body was just the body, but his soul was like the little doll, and the dog had the doll at the end.
In the what do you call it? Deadly Premonitions 1. Like, it was implied that Forrester Kaysen he was banging all those women, right?
Yes. All the time. 100%. Like, Forrest Kaysen is the ladies' man. I don't know if something crashed, but I will continue. Yeah, it's muted. Did something crash? Oh, whatever. Forrest Kaysen is a ladies' man, but also maybe the red seeds were like drugs. There might have been some kind of drug dealing going on there. I think that was.
Still like put in the game like the Yorkie Zach. He talked about a case like where a guy like killed people and he drank food out their skull. Do you think we'll be able to play that in the Deadly Premonitions 2?
100%. I think 100% you're gonna find out exact. Like I think Deadly Premonition 2, like when he's driving up and he has all those pictures of like all like the dead women and stuff, and he's trying to track it down. I think like half of that game is going to be York like getting all that information. Like part 1 of Deadly Premonition 2 is going to end with York going to Greenvale. And then part 2 is going to be like the new character, which is like a woman, and she's going to be in Boston, and she's going to like finish it up. That's how I predict. That's my predictions.
I remember Swery wanted like York to ride a bike. Do you think he'll finally be able to get that bike riding mechanic?
No, but he does do a skateboard. He does skateboard. In the Japanese trailer, he pulls out a skateboard and he skateboards down the sidewalk. So it is possible that he might also be able to ride a bike.
Have the stinky detective achievement in case like you don't get him washed.
Oh, it's 100%. Like, because Swery is writing and directing it, which means all the weirdness is gonna be there. Like, it's gonna be the real Twin Peaks. I like Deadly Premonition honestly more than Twin Peaks because it's more comprehensible, even though it's not.
Like it more than Smash.
Well, that's not hard because Smash is also a game for children. They don't have the big enough brains to eat the center sandwich, but one day they will.
People love Smash and like they don't shower.
Well, yeah, because Smash is a game where you don't have to interact with people, or you interact with.
Shower, it takes away your Smash powers.
Yeah, it's like Samson, but with smell. It's Smelson. That's how it goes. That's my Smash. That's my Smash code name.
I haven't been to a nerd convention in a while. So do nerds really smell that bad? Do
Uh,
they not believe in soap?
yeah, they don't. They don't smell. I mean, they do smell. Well, a lot of it. One, like I think, god, like they don't care because they're a nerd and they're just doing their video games and stuff. And two, I don't think they understand that like deodorant, you just gotta put that on because if you're outside, you're gonna stink a little bit unless you put on your body odor deodorant. It's not expensive. Just wipe.
Well, how do nerds not know that they smell?
Oh, because you can't smell yourself.
Well, like like the incels, they can tell that. I mean, like they hate themselves so much that they never go outside. But like, how come nerds that go outside can not know that they're gross?
Because they don't. You get smell blindness to your own stuff. Like, you, like it's because it's not like that actively bad. Just like
I feel like you can feel like when you smell bad. Like, can't you feel when you smell bad? Like, you just feel gross.
yes, but when you're just going like, I'm gonna play like video games 12 hours a day, and then I'm just gonna go to like change my clothes, and then it's that kind of thing where like where you're
Okay, but like, can't you feel how oily you're getting, or like how grimy you're getting? Like you're getting a layer of dirt on you.
I mean, I do, because I have to shower every day and then brush my teeth and do all the flossing. Otherwise, it just gets nasty and I can't stand it. But I think it's just some people out there, they don't care. They're just going in. They go in, they get stinky, and then they stay stinky. That's how they go.
That's gross. Isn't your cat named Stinky?
Yep, because she smells bad sometimes.
Why don't you wash her? Why do you?
I'm never going to wash.
And so,
I'm never going to wash that cat. I've tried once and it ended very poorly.
oh, maybe you did it wrong.
It was like I put her in the bathtub, and then I got a little bit of water and I poured it on her, and she was making the really sad sounds and tried to escape, but I wasn't like dunking it or anything in it. I was barely pouring it, and she did not like it. She hated it.
Just making sad sound. She sounds like a gross, stinky gamer person.
Exactly. That's why we get along. Also, she is the cat gamer. She hates to go out of her room. Like, I will let her out of her room, and then she gets upset, and then she'll go back into her room and lay down. She just kind of wants to.
Did you feed her attendees?
I feed her. She only eats the dry cat food. That's it.
You don't give her tendies?
No, she hates human food, and she doesn't really like wet food or treats. She just likes dry cat food. Also, sometimes yeah. She also likes to lay in a shoebox. That's her favorite. That's what she does.
Like, she's into feet?
Yeah. Well, no, she doesn't. She bites feet. If you try to like pet her with your foot, she will attack it, and then she hates feet.
No, that's her wanting the feet. She wants the feet.
No, she wants to eat the feet. She wants to devour the feet. But she does like the smell of feet, because if you have like your tennis shoe, she'll like smell it. She likes to put her head in. So yeah, she's a DeviantArt cat that loves feet and smell, and lives in her own room. And that's it. That's what she does.
Is there any cat deodorant you can put on her?
No, I don't think. See, I don't know. I think because.
Cat deodorant, because they make animal toothbrushes for like dogs and cats.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I think like human sweat is like a human thing.
Like feet?
What?
Your cat smells like feet?
No. She likes to smell feet. She doesn't like.
Yeah, but if she's like surrounding herself by feet, she's gonna soak up that foot smell.
But there's no feet in there with her. It's just like a shoebox. There's no like foot in there. Like, I'm not rubbing my like nasty feet in there.
There's foot radiance in there. There's like foot essence in there. So like she's soaking up that foot essence.
How much foot essence is there gonna be?
It's enough to make her smell.
But she doesn't smell like foot. She smells like a cat. She has that kind of like cat smell. Like where it's kind of.
I don't know what cats smell like. I'm allergic.
Well, they kind of smell. Okay, so you know how dogs have a smell, even when they're clean. There's that kind of dog smell. It's kind of like hair. Like cats have that, but it's slightly different. It's a bit more like dry. And then that's kind of their smell. But it's like a dry hair.
I think your cat smells like feet.
I don't know. That would be really gross. I can't stand feet. Feet are gross. I don't like them. Do you like feet? Do you whenever?
I mean, like, do you have feet or I have nice feet. I have beautiful feet that I could probably sell with foot pictures of.
No, that's what any girl
Venmo me some money so I can sell my feet pics.
All right, listeners, hit up Courtney on Twitter for some feet pics. Tell her that you're hungry for the foot and you will pay for that delicious, delicious feet. It's links down in there.
But I was thinking, like, I should become, like, a titty streamer.
Go for it. Why not?
Yeah, like, 'cause I may, like, also, why don't more men become titty streamers? Like, if they have, like, a buff chest, why don't they show that off? Why aren't there more male titty streamers?
Because the people that play video games, by and large, are not buff or should ever be looked at without a shirt on.
Okay, but, like, there's women titty streamers. Like,
Yeah.
there is no muscle man titty streamer. Like, there's no man that, like, he knows he looks good and he plays video games.
Yeah, there's a few. There's like a World of Warcraft guy that's like a bodybuilder. And he does that on his breaks and stuff. But like I don't know, it's probably out there. I'm just assuming that other than like the market isn't into that as much as it is for like to watch the woman with her boobs almost out and then be like,
what are women into? Like if women had to watch a man game and like she gives him money, like what would the woman be into? Because I don't know what I'm into. I mean, like I would never give a man money because men don't need to be given money.
yeah, I agree. I don't know, like that's on a person by person basis. Like that's like I don't think by and large it works the same way. Because I don't think that like the desperation is as widespread as there is for like the video game Twitch audience. Like that desperation of like, no, I need this. I'm just gonna give the girl so she says thank you, my internet name, and it's like that's all I need, and then he's good to go.
So do you think gaming breeds loneliness, or does it breed things?
I think that loneliness is attracted to gaming, but gaming itself does not breed loneliness. It's just one of those things where like people
Is
are.
this like role playing where that's where they only get their interactions? Like gaming attracts people who need interaction, but in the form of gaming.
I think so. I think that's the whole roleplay point, is that you have like you're having a bunch of people in there that are like, hey, I want to talk to people, but I can't talk to people around human things. Like they don't know about sports or like are their grandkids or work, but I can talk about elves and like stuff, so I guess that'll do.
Okay, wait, I have a brilliant idea. What
Alright.
if I made a video game where I taught people like how to pretend to be human?
Like you're gonna make Detroit become human, but actually become human, or is it gonna be like that's?
It's gonna be like a dating sim, but it's a dating sim where you make friends and get a girlfriend, but like you have to like talk about normal human conversation and not be weird and pick out the right choices.
I think
You have to like use +10 soap to like get +10 attraction.
I think that game would end up being incredibly dark because the people that would play it and metagame it would be like a gross weirdo, but he'd be like, every day I exercise 3 hours a day and then eat 2 healthy meals, and then I talk to the women at the gym who's interested in my hot board. And then, but he's like he would meta game real life, but then still be like a loser guy. I think that's your problem.
I feel like this would be good. Like, have I told you about my idea for my nanny state?
No, please tell the internet about your nanny state.
I talked about this on another stream with other people, but like, okay, I was thinking a way to help the incels.
Okay.
Incel culture, but I'm not an incel. I just think that they have an interesting view on life. And so I think a way to help all incels and all like men is that like we give them their government sex girlfriends, but they have to come to our government girlfriend sex palace, and we lock them in. And it's actually, they're not government girlfriends, they're actually nannies that take care of them and rehabilitate them. But they can still have sex with the government nannies.
No, because because what has to happen is the nannies have to be just the legs from like Muppet Babies. And it's like robotic animatronic legs. And what they've discovered is that they have become Muppet Babies. That is the truth. That's how the rehabilitation begins.
I feel like a lot more younger people are like into that mommy GF thing.
Oh yeah, they love it. It makes sense. It's weird, but it makes sense because it's the.
I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I guess it's like the male version of a daddy. Like
yeah.
Like girls, they love daddy, but like.
It's the guy wants the woman to take care of all of his needs, both sexual and like emotional, and so they don't have to do anything. Like that's all the point. It's just like, yep, I don't have to do any of my life, like the food, the cleaning, all the adult things are done, including sex. It's all done for me. I don't have to deal with it. I think that's the appeal. That's other than actual real mental issues. I think the whole deal is that it's someone in command or charge that just deals with every single adult thing, so you don't have to handle it. That's my theory. That's my theory.
That makes sense. I guess that does make sense. I just don't get it.
Well, of course, because it's weird. It's like some weird. It's a weird thing. But that's.
I mean, I get it. I would never want to do it, but like, I mean, I just like where did it all come from that people want to be like, I want someone to take care of me, but I also want them to be my parent.
I think it's a shared cultural thing where you're getting a bunch of people that have been like most humans, like if you take a bunch of losers, like a bunch, and you interconnect them like the internet, and their shared experiences are that while they were being taken, their parents are usually the only ones who have either been supportive or loving them, right? And then you get to like puberty and all the hormones kick in, but you're a weirdo on the internet. Ugh, I burped. But you're a weirdo on the internet, so then you get all that mixed in. And I think all that coalesces, and then like you get to like the sub communities where people are all saying the same things. They're like, oh wow, I'm not weird anymore. And I think that's how it happened. That's the social meme, because that's how our society works now. Is that we're all in social media and we're all talking to each other, and it's all terrible.
Now, I think people who want a daddy, that's more weird than people who want mommies. Because, like I never heard of, like, the cultural significance of, like, a dad being caring and, like, cooking. But a mom can cook. So I would understand that.
I just think it's weird. I think all of the vague, like, but I don't know. It could also be, so here's my other theory, and this is why I think it's like the otaku, like the like little sister thing, is I think a lot of people who have never had brothers or sisters, and then they're like, oh well, I guess this is just how it is. Maybe that's like in their fantasy, like they can go like, oh yeah, it just works out. Because when you actually have like a parent, you're like, that's like the last person in the world I would ever be attracted to in any way. Unless you're like Oedipus or something. Unless you have like some Sigmund Freud like deep-seated sexual issues. But I don't know about that.
Well, I didn't think they were gonna fuck the real mom. I mean, bang, 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 bang.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We've gone off the train.
Okay, but like it's just no. I think banging your brother or sister would be way grosser. And like like how like every anime like for like a couple years like I can't believe I want to bang my little sister. I can't believe I want to bang my sister. I'm banging my sister. The anime and like they had to branch out to other different types of parents and
Yeah.
like, siblings.
Yeah, I will agree with you. I think it's worse. I think it's worse because at least like by default the whole mommy daddy thing is being attracted to an adult. Like even though it's gross, it's not being attracted to a child. You're being attracted to an adult. So those people, they're slightly above the little sister people. You get to look down on them. Good job.
Or like in like some animes, like this is my cousin. Like we're not lesbians, we're just cousins. Like level, like where does the level of banging your cousins in anime go? Is that goes to normal or gross? Because I mean, like in America, like people in Alabama bang their cousins all the time. So
Well,
like
that's how they also. I think that comes from like the royalty times. Like that's what they did in like all like the dukes and duchesses and kings and queens. Like all the royal people are all like they're inbreeding.
like royalty people are like weeaboos.
Yeah, or no, I think weeaboo. I think it's the Japanese fascination with the royalty, and also both at home and abroad, because a lot of like those royal families trying to preserve the bloodline or whatever, and then they get like terrible because but that's been like culturally as like the higher thing, and that just kind of seeped down. That's my not a sociologist theory. It's just that's a game theory. We'll do that video.
Breed like the perfect child, like like okay, you had like a group of 10 people, and they all had like great skills, but like individually skilled. Like, do you think you could find a way to breed the perfect child with 10 people all together, or like would you have to like artificially inseminate them all, and then like from there keep breeding their generations down like that?
You would have to figure out how talents and aptitudes work, right? Like
I mean, like you could take skills and you could tell like their genes are like the peak perfection of genes.
like say you take like you take like LeBron James's kids and you compare them to LeBron James and you go, I'm trying to find the be tall and be good at like basketball subsection of the chromosome. Like what combinations does that work? But then it's also you have to somehow figure out how to breed in drive to practice and do the thing whatever. Because like there are people out there that physically could be like a pro athlete, but they just never wanted to do it, so they never did. Like
we would give the super babies away to like those tiger moms.
Yeah, you'd have to do. Well, that's like a lot of like that's how it happened to like Serena and Venus Williams. Was like their dad was like when they were like 3 years old, he was making them do tennis like forever. I think that's how it worked.
How could that dad like figure out like, hey, these babies are gonna be great? Like, does he like? Well, is it like nature and nurture? Like he knew he had the genes for tennis, or like he had to breed them, or like he had to force them to be good at tennis?
I think it was more that like he wanted his kids to. He was like, I need my kids to be good at something, and like women's tennis is like the top one like women's sport. So he just said, you're gonna be good at tennis, and then he kind of lucked out because I think there's like thousands of girls and guys that have been like tried to like forced into sports and then they just fail utterly. I think you just got one that were like, yep, this one worked because that was like they're naturally gifted enough or are good enough to do it. At least that's.
That would be like a video game. If I had to make one, I'd be like, like
That's the plot of Danganronpa. is that they're trying. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they're trying to figure out like the ultimate high school talent thing. That's like the whole point.
Crap. Maybe I just wanna be like the president who started the Danganronpa school and just like try and breed the perfect student.
Oh, you want to make Danganronpa but real life?
Yeah. That would be so cool. But like, I know that's like the plot for like Danganronpa B3.
Yeah.
Find out it's all like a simulation.
Yeah, they made real anime.
That would be cool, like if they did that in real life.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. I mean, like I know it's bad, but like it must be kind of a little cool. I mean, I know the
No, it would be great.
tell us that like we're not supposed to think it's cool.
No, it'd be great.
It would be a little cool, wouldn't it?
Listen, like I've seen those like TLC reality shows. They're like one step away. They're like my 500-pound life ice road truck or whatever. Like you just throw in like this week it's I'm really inside or like those like Naked and Afraid shows. They just drop a person out in the middle of like the woods naked and they're just like, here you go. I don't think they are because the prize isn't even worth it. Like, have you seen?
People are just into being naked. Like,
I think they're so desperate to get on TV, and they have such like a thing of like I'm the ultimate survival. You know, like how those people like the prepper people, and they feel like I can survive like after like the zombies or whatever. When they really can't. And I think that show basically says, hey, if you think you're actually a survivor, come on here and prove it. And they're like, yeah, I'm tough, I can do it. And then they all fail because it's hard.
That's why I play Minecraft, is trying to prep, but I had nothing to prep for other than other zombies.
Well, I always make a hole in Minecraft. And because we've come around to Minecraft and my throat's getting sore, that's the end of the podcast. That's like an hour.
It's only been 45 minutes.
Yeah, and then the Drew segment's like an additional like hour. And then once I start getting above an hour, like all my computer crashes. It's terrible. So that's it. So anything else you want to leave with the internet? Do you want to shill yourself?
Oh yeah, I have like an Etsy store. It's called Apocalypse, but I don't know how to spell it.
Just link it to me. I'll put it in the description. Yeah, just put it in there. Anyway, bye.
Make more stuff. Bye.
Okay. And